So, Wasim, hello, hello, hello.
Hey, hey.
The Transformers podcast. Who would have known, huh?
Yeah, nice name.
Nice name. Yeah, it came out of your brain. So it's really nice. How did you come up with it?
I actually, when I started my own institute, I was thinking I love wordplay and I wanted to buy the domain transform, and it's taken by an American therapist. I contacted him and he wanted $10,000 for the name. So I changed it to, I wanted transform. And then I said, okay, transformer, but it sounded like really I would have lots of geeks coming on my website. So I ended up with transition.
Hmm.
It's also a trance state.
So who are you? Are you a magician or I don't know. I mean, I know you.
Clinician.
People should know you too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So my name is Wasim Biroumi. I'm an Arab or a Palestinian. I live in Israel. I've been working in the last 25 26 years as a psychologist. I use all sorts of um, theories and methods in my work, and one of the ones that I really am connected to is hypnosis. I love hypnosis. I'm a father of two. I have four cats, one dog. Uh,
Oh, these
yeah,
are
it's
the
important.
no.
Part of my self-definition. And currently, um, I'm where me and you met in ESH, the European Society of Hypnosis. Um, and that's it. I have my own clinic. I treat people in three different languages, Arabic, Hebrew, and English. And as I said, I love hypnosis. About you?
Phew, I don't have any cats or dogs, but I also love hypnosis. That's what I think yeah, is the most connecting part. So between us. And what else? It's so hard right now because I was on vacation and my vacation mode is still on. Um, I am also working with different modalities, but I'm very much into hypnosystemic approach. Uh, Not, I mean, in the German, Switzerland, and Austrian region, people know it, but outside of that, it's not that known. I mean, Gunther Schmidt is very well known in the hypnosis world, family therapy, but hypnosystemic approach could be a little bit more prominent. Um, I am a stepfather, as because you mentioned your kids, and I have a wife. I'm married since uh, May, so that's kind of new identity. I transformed. Yeah, and for me, this podcast, videocast, however, is I wanted to do it for a long time. Since we met, I knew I want to do something with Wasim. I think that our ideas, they really match very well, but also there is an edge when I talk to you because you're a very critical thinker, and that's what I like. So this is yeah, what I hope that the Transformers podcast will be. Uh, for me, it's about hypnosis, it's about trance, but what hypnosis is and what trance is will be, yeah, the topic, I think. How do you see the podcast? What is your
Uh,
interest or aim?
I mean, when you started talking, I thought about why am I doing this? Um, yeah,
Why
and
am I doing
to be honest, I if I wanted only hypnosis, I would learn from you or read things that you wrote or translate stuff that you wrote. Um, but I'm looking for a play partner, you know? Um, I used to teach uh, Arabic to Hebrew speakers in the Freirean approach. Have you heard of it? About Paulo Freire? He taught fishermen in Brazil. Um, he was a reverend and he taught fishermen in Brazil how to read and how to calculate. And his approach is by play. I mean, you don't learn a new language by paper and pen and pencil, but you play. You play with games. You do not translate. And I think when I teach courses about hypnosis, the most prominent ones and the easiest to implement are when we play with hypnosis, and because it's transactional analysis in the sense of you start thinking about what's happening between the two of us and you start playing in your head, and words mean more than one thing, and you are very sharp and you see things that I do not see. And I don't want to see the things the way that you see them, but I want to react to how you see the world, if it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, but makes sense. Mm, I think this is one of the most important things to me when it comes to hypnosis. I'm a fan of the work of Ernest Rossi. Every hypnotherapist has his, yeah, go-to guy, or however you want to call it. And for me, it's Ernest Rossi. It's not even Milton Erickson, for example. Yeah, everybody will say, "Oh," but it's to me, Ernest Rossi is very pure and very, very also systems theory oriented. And what he said is uh, figuring out the problem. That's a short version from the what he said. Uh, Figuring out the problem is a form of response ability. Response ability. So this is great. I think it's more about being a response able than to see how everybody sees the world, or I don't know. I mean, to me, it's kind of still, it's not comprehensible at all that you are in Tel Aviv. Yeah, with everything that has to do with it. So, because Tel Aviv is not the safest place right now.
Yeah, it's for me, I up until the moment that you mentioned it, it's not what I was not aware. I did not take it into calculation. I mean, yeah, yeah, it's not the safest place. But if I'm not aware of it, then for me it's not safe, but it's not an issue. It's a non-issue. I mean,
Mm.
when you speak about it's not the safest place for me, it's so across the board that it's more of a safer, less
Yeah,
safe, more safe.
I think what brought me to this statement is that I think it's very important to know who is observing who. Yeah? So we both observe each other's, but we are being observed, hopefully, by some people, and I think that makes a great such a difference to see people and not just see they are in a room and but the other one is the one is in Vienna and the other one is sitting, and I don't know how the situation is right now, but it might be that sirens go off and you have to leave or something like that. Yeah, this is not the normal situation for a podcast.
You're making me think of stuff that I was not thinking about. Yes, this morning we had a siren,
You
and
can stop it.
I was like, what is he talking about? What? It's kind of safe. But one of the things that we spoke about, me and you, I think, I don't remember when, is that there's seriously no safe space, no safe place. And I don't know how psychology theories are obsessed with finding a safe space and finding a safe place. Um, but yeah, if we go back to who is observing who, and I'm observing you and you're observing me, and I know that you have this thing in your mind, and I wonder how I'm acting or reacting to what you're saying, that would be either, continuing what you think of me, or what would be more of a resisting.
Mm, mm.
Um,
I think we don't have to go into that right now. It's just it's to me this transforms me. Yeah, to be able to talk to someone in a different situation. We don't have to name the situation. Is really transforming. Just just that, just that situation is transforming, and I think I would like to our listeners or viewers, however, uh, people who will connect with us, that they get us, and this is us. This is our situation, and I think this will be very, very much uh, presented in our topics, because I'm looking forward to discuss polyvagal theory, or all the other theories that are in a good way obsessed with safety or something like that. And on the other hand, there is the hypnosystemic approach that doesn't really go in that direction.
where does it go? I know that you've been talking about this for ages, and again, this might not be a new information for you, but my reaction might be.
Yeah, it's always about creating and also holding ambivalence, so not being one-sided. So if there's a theory that goes very hard in one direction, a good hypnosystemic coach, therapist, or whatever will immediately go, what if it's the other way around? Huh? And this is what I like about that, and what I think is great talking to you, that it's not just and it's like that and hypnosis is like that. It's more, but what if it's absolutely different? Huh? This is
Absolutely.
what's really important to me. I have learned from so many great therapists. But what if hypnosis can be different? Are we at the end of hypnosis? Just because we learn from Stephen Gilligan, Jeff Zeig, people like that? Is this the end of hypnosis? I don't know.
Sounds like you do, but I share the same feeling, the same thought, but I'm afraid that we will fall into the pitfalls of, everything is hypnosis. You're breathing, you're thinking, you're eating, that's hypnosis. Everything can be hypnosis. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, that's a good question, because I have a course, a workshop, 5 days next week, where it's about hypnotic communication. And I'm always thinking about, what does that mean, hypnotic communication? Which communication is not hypnotic, and which is more hypnotic? What is the opposite of hypnotic communication, normal communication? What is that? So I think you are right, and still I think what's hard for me is the deliberate aspect.
The deliberate?
Deliberate, that you are, and this might sound counterintuitive because in hypnosis it's much about the unconscious, yeah. But I am very, 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 and this is also the hypnosystemic approach, keen on uniting the deliberate and voluntary aspects of thinking and rationality with the unconscious or intuitive mind. So I think what's very important to me is uh, deliberate observing. So really taking, I don't have the word right now. It has to be a little bit not exhausting. It's not the word, but it has to be with thought or with, I don't know how to say,
With intent?
with intent. That's great. Yeah.
That's interesting. You're talking about learning hypnosis.
Learning hypnosis, breathing hypnosis. Because for me, it is, to me, maybe it's also trance. It's more trance. Hypnosis to me is more the tool we use or whatever, the language or stuff. And to me, it's trance. Trance, the consciousness, working with consciousness.
It's interesting what you're saying because, well, different theories would talk about it differently, but what I'm thinking about is when a mother hypnotizes her child, singing to him or caressing him, she's also in trance. And there's the subject who's deliberate, it's her towards her child, but she's also in trance herself. I don't know how aware she is of her being in trance. I mean, how does that work with the deliberate?
Yes, I think it works good for me. And I think that mankind or people can be more deliberate about it. This is what I would really like to see. Uh, to me, observing and being able to observe is the superpower of from now on every time with all the artificial intelligence and everything. So the people always say Erickson was a great observer. Uh, And I think this is so true. To me, hypnosis doesn't start with the mouth or with what you are doing. It starts with what you are taking in and how you are processing everything. And I think this is what when we come back to transforming, this is what I would like to share with you, with our maybe audience or whatever, that transformation is observation. And we are being observed so much by machines, by everything. We have to be deliberate observers. So this is for me the main thing that I would like to practice with you, play observing games, observation games, whatever.
I'd like that. I'd like that. I think one of the places that I get stuck with Erickson is like when you read him or watch him, he's from the outside, he looks like a magician. And in a way that you see a master soccer player playing, you can admire it, but you don't know how to learn from it. And yes, I agree that people say that he's an amazing observer, but at the same time, he's observing himself. And it's really hard to observe something in yourself if you're not aware of it because it's there all the time. Like you do not see your nose, but you always see it. Like I do not know that I we have sirens, and although we have them, um, so in order for me to remember that you see me as a person that has sirens in his life, I have to deliberately observe myself, and that's hard to observe myself without using you. Because yeah, we have sirens all the time. I mean, yeah, okay. Baba, what are you talking about? Now, when you have your shock in your face, you say it's not normal, it's not normal. I say, oh yeah, 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 it's not supposed to be normal. Yeah, I remember now. So
Uh,
it's hard. It's hard how to observe yourself.
for I think if we come to give a little bit of structure, we talked a little bit before, and I think the plan for this podcast will be we have a topic, one main topic that we evolve our thoughts around, and I don't know, the length of the podcast will be 30 minutes to maximum 1 hour.
I think it more depends. We can be Lacanian in this aspect. I mean, if we, I don't know if we need to restrict ourselves to 30 minutes or 1 hour. Maybe we can say max 1 hour.
Yeah, yeah. I think at the start, I think it's good for us because we could talk more, and but maybe we will evolve to a point where we talk longer. But I think 1 hour will be a good time. And yeah, is there what else is on your mind for today? I think people know us a little bit. Maybe they already heard, saw what they can expect from this podcast. Is there anything on your mind?
Yeah, I think we introduced ourselves. I think it would be funny to maybe one or two or three times to reintroduce ourselves and see what happens in our self-introduction,
Yeah,
what we add, what we omit, what changes. Um, and maybe one time you introduce me and I introduce you. That would be funny.
definitely.
Um, but yes, I think we would have a topic and we evolve around it.
Mhm. And I think we talked about to do it bi-weekly.
Yeah, yeah, bi-weekly. We'll do it bi-weekly.
So I
So yeah, I
think
think
that's good for the first one.
yeah, that's actually a long one, first one.
Yeah. Maybe someday we will have a logo and I don't know. But we will see.
Yeah, maybe. Nice.
Okay. I think that's good for now. Wasim,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time and attention.
Bye.